So we're going to take our Material Anaerobico para Empequetaduras, for all our Spanish-speaking friends out there, our anaerobic gasket material. We've got a little bit left over from the transmission on the Mini Cooper. We use the same sealant on that. So we're going to go around here and just apply a very thin bead. Kind of like mad scientist cake decorating. And this may take hours.
Yeah, it might. I don't think it needs to be too close, but it does need to be continuous.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to mangle this later.
That's going to smash pretty flat.
Yeah. All right, so
All right.
that's kind of at that point. Let me get this.
Let's show them our plate here.
All right, so we've got the plate gooped up. Obviously, I wouldn't make it in on a cake decorating school, but no one's going to see this.
So we've got this gasket material completely around, no gaps on both sides of the channel. You know, when these things are so flat when we bolt them together, that ought to pretty much fill in, don't you think?
I think so. I mean, it's going to be flat. It's both of these sides were milled, and you can see some of the milling marks in here to be perfectly flat before the grooves were put in.
Okay. And show me putting this together in our 700 bolts. I still can't believe all that's necessary, but it should hold it together pretty nicely. What he's done is taken some, what do you call these?
Oh, these are countersunk. Yeah, countersinks, 82-degree countersinks.
82-degree countersinks, and they are milled out to be countersunk. And that's going to decrease the amount of contact with our controller, but you just stick it in there?
Yeah, just go ahead and drop them in. We've got one special screw here. Yep, the other side is tapped in. Put a couple, and we did 3 of them around the where we've tapped in for our fittings here, so that they're a little stronger because that is a flare, and we don't want it to come popping open. Oops, sorry.
Now, can I put a little of that gasket material in the threads of those fittings?
Yeah, you know, I don't know. I started and I did one.
Some tape?
Yeah, we did one with some tape. We kind of like to use the gas tape. It's just what we have laying around. Plus, it's just again a little extra, and we're pop a little bit of that on there. And I usually go around the. I mean, they're right-handed threads, and I'm right-handed, so it just kind of works easy. And a couple of little twists. Once you get that on there. Just going to tighten.
You're kind of going to work your way out from the center?
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to just get these where they're down and kind of get me squeeze out a little bit. And then we'll do the ones on the outside. I think that would be a good.
A little bit of that gets in the channel. I don't think it's going to matter. It should flush out pretty quick. Now there's some other strategies. We could have welded that seam all the way around. I like it that we can take it apart and clean it out if we have to or make changes. I didn't really see 11, 12 little screws holding it together, but Lucian liked that idea.
You know, here definitely around. I mean, we probably could have lost a. We had to get this tight, I suppose. We've got also some points here that will that'll anchor through.
Yeah, those will be to bolt the whole thing to the Curtis 1238 controller.
All right, so we've got the center tightened out. Now we'll just kind of work our way one edge to the other, and that should get this distributed real nice, our gasket material, and get these plates nice and flat. Well, I think that we have got it. I'm starting to see some little material bleeding through where we put some on there, so I think we've got it nice and tight.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a little.
It's spreading out. You can see on the things about what, 3/8 of an inch wide.
Mm-hmm.
That should make a pretty good gasket.
All right. Here we go.
So if all this went together about right, these should thread right in there, shouldn't they?
Mm-hmm.
And we're using a little plumber's polyethylene tape, but this is actually, I like the kind you use on gas pipes. It's probably not going to leak on you. If you're not going to leak natural gas, then this should work pretty good. And I don't need to have that hold boulder dam. Just snug it on there where it's not going to leak too much. I think you had enough of that tape. I'm not quite into the threads here. So we may have to redo that a little thinner. Right.
Okay.
I think we're quite getting in there. But that's the idea. Now we'd have this on one side, and the, I don't have one of my 90-degree fittings. I've got some 90-degree fittings then that we'll put on here, and they'll go down.
Straight down.
Plexiglass. At this point, we would clean this off with some of your
brake cleaner.
brake cleaner would probably work. Let's just wipe that down good. That's hazing over pretty good. I'm
Yeah.
going to take this Avid Ultra Stick. See if I can move it up a little bit. And I'm just going to paint this on here. Try to get as good a coverage as I can all over the plate. It's kind of like drawing with a crayon. You don't really want it on thick. Thin is better, but you want it to cover completely. The problem, even in this, I'm told by Lucian, is even in this thickness of aluminum, is that with this area, we could have bowing. And that would give us a 767 or a 757 aircraft.
If we only had a Boeing.
But I think what he's talking about is them gaps. And so, that's my heatsink compound. Now recall, Brian, let's clean the underside of the Curtis with some of your magic dust.
So my magic brake cleaner.
Yep. And we want this on the opposite side from our water.
All
So I'm going to have water hoses coming in from this side and my control plug and wiring on the other. And that should put my motor terminals across the front. Flip her over and slap her on.
All right.
That's the right direction. I think this will work